short flow that will work through loosening and strengthening through the back and hips predominantly, and also include a little bit of balancing work. So just starting off on all fours, hands roughly under your shoulders, knees slightly back behind your hips, pointing your toes back behind you and just allowing everything to feel soft as you breathe in and out. And then gently on one part of your breath, rounding your back up. And then gently tilting your hips, lifting your hips up towards the ceiling and allowing your spine to lengthen towards the floor. Coming back to a neutral spine. Going to draw figures of 8, so shifting the body over to one side, back over to one foot, across to the other foot, and then diagonally back towards your hands. And round. So just think of making a figure of 8 between your shoulders and your hips. The end of this one, going to confuse the hell out of your brain by going the other way. And then coming back to neutral, tuck your toes under, and then take your left leg to the outside of your left hand, and then taking it back behind you across the other side. You're going to turn to look at your big toe, and then coming back. Come back to all fours, take the other foot to the outside of the other hand, and then across, turning to look at your foot. Come back to all fours, tucking your toes under, stretching out through one leg, and take 3, lifting the leg and lower. So you're lowering back in line with your hips and just lifting and then lower. Come back to all fours, stretch the other leg out. Think of lifting, extending up behind you, lower back in line with your hips. Tuck both legs under, pressing back through your heels. Lift your knees and then explore coming up into downward dog. Keep the crease of your elbows facing forward. And then you're going to walk, step, or lightly jump your feet to your hands. Inhale to come all the way up. Take your feet hip width apart. Sit down onto an imaginary chair, keeping your chest nice and long, reaching up through your arms. Try and keep your arms close to your ears. And then take your palms together, twisting to one side. Lifting your chest up in line with your hands. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Again, lifting your chest in line with your hands. Inhale, back to the center. Think of maybe dropping your hips a little bit lower. And then inhale, gently straighten your legs. Take your right leg straight back behind you, reaching forward with your hands. Lower your hands down. Take your right hand onto your right hip. Right leg is in the air. Left hand diagonally, slightly diagonally away from your left foot. And maybe twisting your foot and your right hip towards the ceiling. Maybe reaching up through your right arm. Exhale, lower down. And then you're going to take your left leg straight back behind you, reaching forward through your arms. Exhale, lower your hands down again, taking right hip diagonally away from your right foot, left hand onto left hip, and twist, maybe twisting your left hip up towards the ceiling. Maybe reaching your left arm up. Exhale, lowering your hands down. Come back onto all fours. Walk your hands forwards. And then take your hips high, chest low. And then when you're ready, just gently coming up